Alright, we got Spotyus playing twins in the orange. Up against Sedgehun playing Pistil in the teal, and oh boy. Letting your opponent have Pistil on this map is a choice. I actually think Once Upon a Heist is a map where you could actually let Pistil go through. They're not quite as powerful, but on a kind of close quarters map, like a larger amount of this map pool is, Pistil is incredibly powerful. And we're going to get to see, you know, is that something Spotyus is going to be doing? Or, sorry, Sedgehun, I should say. Because, you know, this is top 8, but it's the lower bracket side, so we could potentially see the end of the road here for Sedgehun or Spotyus. I mean, it's the end of the road for one of them, but which one will it be? What's Sedgehun going to do to respond to this? I mean, I guess, like, you know, obvious thing, just counter and do the same thing your opponent just did. Knight's going to get into position to knock this village down. Makes a lot of sense. Gonna see a couple knights coming over here for Sedgehun. Yeah, they're just going to try and ward their opponent's commander with them. And you do have a couple choices on this, like you could go Harpy Sword instead and try and beat them back with air, but you know, your opponent's already got the mage out. You're pretty much always going to want to pre-build a mage on your commander side. And ooh, yeah, actually we see, because Sedgehun has not gone air, or not gone mage on their side, the Harpy comes out. The Harpy is going to be extremely frustrating. This one's going to go in anyway for now. Mage comes out. More knights get into position. Another knight comes out. Sedgehun just like, I'm gonna beat you back with enough anti-ground that, yeah, Spotyus is like, I'm gonna build a spear now. I need something that can deal with these knights. I don't want to be building my own knights. Gets a second Harpy. And this is another option you have when you're dealing with anti-air, is you can force the anti-air to take one of your Harpies with your harp. Yeah, you force to take one of your Harpies with their mage, but the mage then has to die in response to that. I think you just build a knight and build a Harpy on the left hand side. Interesting. Okay, sword barely lives, but gonna go for some chip damage. And this is one of those instances where you can attack the commander and they won't build groove if they actually have to hit back to get groove themselves. So air is really nice for chipping away at your opponent, because it is one of the few ways you can do that without them getting groove. This will just gonna take some damage here, and ooh, dog actually going to hit the village, but opens up the opportunity for Pistil to get groove. Oh, that's scary. Pistil not going to use it. Not the great time to use it right now. There's not quite enough targets for it. And the threat of groove also is incredibly valuable, so gonna see that being used for the moment. And ooh, spear balloon. Old school, but you know, it's good. Okay, and we're gonna see a bunch of damage coming in on this mage. Is the mage gonna die? Because Harpy crit actually does quite a lot to mage. Oh, fire coming out. Oh, it's gonna hit a lot of stuff. Some really juicy damage. And yeah, if you try and hit this sword back, you're going to eat a lot of damage from the fire next turn. So it's using twins to force the opponent's heavy units back. They're going to respond in kind on the bottom right hand side just by using their commander. No groove just yet. They're going to duke it out for the moment, and yeah, I'm just going to see them back up on this top left hand side. I wonder, can I get a quick look at the overview? Yeah, Sedgehun's above them On groove just, or above the money come just down. So, ending their turn in good stead. Oh, that said, they're just being very aggressive here. They're actually get a lot of damage done. Spotyus. They're just being very bold. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna lose both my harpies for this, but I'm gonna do a lot of damage to your ground army for it. And oh, actually, just gonna go straight for the stronghold. Like pushes right with their commander. They've done a lot of damage to this army up here. Feeling very confident. Ooh. And Pistil, being surrounded by their entire opponent's army, does so much damage. Oh, wow. I almost feel like it's a waste to hit the harpies at this point. Yeah, he's actually just going to leave one alive. Oh, that's such a powerful tier 2. And that is the strength of Pistil right here. And now it's just like this big wall in front of the twins. Okay, and Spotyus, alright, finds one kill. All of this army needs to run away. Like, everything needs to just run. And, yeah, they just have to be like, oh, that's a lot of damage I just took. They do have a golem there, though. So they should be okay. Mage is just gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna YOLO in.
Let's begin.
Yeah, I think Pistil's okay to do this. On a road, but yeah, there's like 3 injured units nearby. Pistil is not going to die for this. Sedgehun's just going to keep pushing this army back. Okay, gives a little bit of ground just to make sure they don't get wiped by overextending, but they have so much here. So much range as well. Spotyus, okay, they have a lot of money still, so I guess we're gonna see them go for a little bit of a push, and I guess like a second golem comes out in the bottom. Yeah. And that's pretty spooky. Although, it's not the end of the world, because Pistil's gonna get another tier 1 relatively soon. The good thing, another really good thing about her group, I should say, is that it's gonna build into another tier 1 pretty quickly, actually. Already at 80%, and she can just like zap one of the golems for a little bit of damage. And that is really, really powerful. Oh, yep. Fire's gonna go away. And Sedgehun just gonna play the eco game. Their stronghold isn't under super amounts of pressure right now, so that's fine. And ooh, golem finds a kill. Suicide. Alright, gonna open up a kill from commander, I believe. Yep, takes it. Spears are on a bridge, so that could absolutely happen. And gonna find a kill. Ooh, I think mage dies for that, but archer dies if it stays to kill the mage, so not too bad. And this golem is gonna get messed up by the forest. Golems are incredibly powerful, and golem spam is like a very powerful late game strategy, but that being said, ooh, hold that thought. Pistil's not going to quite kill this, but the sword should finish it off. Golem's going to get very low. Low enough that the counterattack crit is not going to matter, and yeah, golem goes down. It took one knight down in exchange for his life, and it bought a lot of time. I think is the more important thing, but it's unfortunate to go down like that. Killed 2 units. Actually, it killed the dog as well, so yeah, got some like decent value, but not quite as much as you would like in that situation. Alright. Spear's just gonna do its job. Opens up a nice tile. Ooh, we're gonna see cooling. Oh, tier 2? Oh, that's really juicy. Gonna use that to body block as well. And I don't think the emblem lives, so I think this is a 1-turn groove, but yeah, they just want to keep their commander alive for an extra turn. Knight gets a crit, and Golem's gonna come in and finish off. That's a lot of unit time wasted killing one emblem though.
Hold still.
Ooh, is this gonna be a crit counter attack? No. Oh, the flagstone almost working against the golem there. The golem actually lives? Oof. But yeah, it gets taken so low it doesn't really do much damage. Meanwhile, Spotyus is doing an okay job fighting up here, but he's fighting into two golems and he just doesn't quite have the same amount of units to kill them. Golem, I think actually just has to run away. Big heal comes out. Gonna hit the sword. It's just gonna try and get as much value as it can. Knight comes out as well. Ooh, yeah, I think Sedgehun's just in a little bit of a better position up in the top. Has two golems alive together with a mage behind them and an archer. And okay, like there are some things that can happen here. The archer's probably going to go down. Chain reaction, tier 2 comes out. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, golem's just going to fall. Oh, mage falls to the harpy. That's not what you want to have happen ever. Dragon gets brought up in the top. Spotyus actually has to keep the mage alive pretty much at all costs because that dragon is going to do so much damage if left unchecked. And I think Spotyus is just running out of steam. They've lost two golems in the south. Ooh, gonna see that unit getting taken. Oh, I'm so worried because like if you let your mage die, which I think is going to be the case here, dragon just murders the army. There's no anti-air left. I mean, it's a good hit from the twins, but I think Sedgehun is completely fine to just keep picking off mages with the harpy. I've never seen a harpy kill so many mages in one game. And dragon, I mean, we're seeing all of the anti-air units getting killed by air units, and I guess like, you know, a player's in a good position when they can, you know, do stuff like that. You've even got a mage here to back up the golems. And yeah, if you've got mage heals behind golems and you're doing well on economy, like you can just like continually walk them forwards. Like there's nothing here to threaten the golems now. Whereas on this right hand side there were knight crits, spear crits, pistol groove. And twins just aren't quite what's needed to deal with this. I think Sedgehun's going to take this one. I think we're seeing Spotyus just play it out because, you know, might as well play it out. Your opponent can always slip up. Sedgehun just finds more and more opportunities. I say finds, I think it's more like he's creating opportunities. Yeah, doing so well and just playing very safe. Mage heal on the golem. I don't necessarily know what Spotyus can do at this point. Pistil is not close to dying. It just isn't quite enough to threaten to kill Pistil. Commander's coming in now, so that's a plus 20% damage. And also potentially like a bunch of suicides as well. Like you can throw fire down on your own army to open up more opportunities. But now Sedgehun's just like, I can just go for the strongholds. Pistil just walks back. Sedgehun just got surrounded with his army. And I think this is the point where Spotyus is just like, okay, like I gotta consider that this game is over. That being said, that's a very low health. Well, that's not very low health. That's a bunch of low health units next to a Pistil who's standing next to a road. Is the dog in the suicide? I don't think so. I think they would have had to have attacked from the road if that was going to be the case. I think this dog does suicide though. I am intrigued by how this is going to play out. Oh, dog doesn't suicide. Oh no. Oh, but the fire will kill them. Oh, that's so big. 36%. Knight won't die. And it won't even do that much damage, but is that enough? Is the dragon in range? It's not. And neither is this knight down here. And Sedgehun, after some really clever plays by Spotyus to, you know, kill units and do as much damage as they can and all that stuff, doesn't quite have, like, he needed like a knight to be closer, dragon to be closer, anything like that, and that would have worked, but unfortunately not. Sedgehun just backs up a little bit too far, and they're going to take game one.